Hello, welcome to Shifting Sands. This is the Shifting Sands magazine, volume 1 by Taryn Dante Maxwell. Alright, the power of thought and desire. The player opposite of you is time. Time is precious, it's very valuable, it's the most important commodity on this earth. Which is probably why most jobs will offer you money in exchange for your time, because we all want money. Money is universally used and accepted, and time is something that is very finite. Money is renewable, so that's something we should probably consider and think about. And here's a nice little picture of the beach here. Yeah, very nice picture. I think it represents freedom. The next bullet point is we can create in our minds a burning desire for a definite form of riches. So going back to the concept of riches and time, time is very finite, limited. It's the most important resource on this planet Earth. Once it's used, you can't use it up. Once it's used, you can't get any more. But, riches being whatever you desire, what you want to use your time for, there's, a direct link there. So it's something to consider. The master key is intangible. So whatever you're buying with your money, that's tangible. But what did you do to get that money? What was the burning desire behind that? The secret begins with a bright idea. Become a burning, definite desire. Become with a burning, definite desire. You need a definite purpose. Desire is knowing what you want. Opportunity may disguise itself as temporary defeat or misfortune. Do not move. Do not stop. Keep your feet planted. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your ship. You control your destiny. If you think you know, you are a fool. Just know that you know. It's kind of a double entendre. I don't know. It's weird. It's like if you think you know, you're a fool, but you want to know you know. Like, kind of like the idea of like, don't be so hesitant. Just know what you want to do and go for it. Just know. But if you think about it, you're kind of hesitating, then you probably shouldn't do it. My dad told me if you have to think about something before you do it, or if you're thinking about something along those lines, you probably shouldn't do it. Induct and radiate happiness. Follow my own paths to being fully realized. What's your vocation? The work I do for other people so that they will pay me to live the kind of life I want to live. If you have a vocation, you won't need a vacation. You should probably take, some time in between. But, if you're really doing what you want to do and if you really love it, you probably don't need a break from it. Yeah, you probably don't need a break from it. I wouldn't put it past anybody that, they started working from the time they picked up their passion till the time that it was time for them to move on and pass on. If you were already rich with all the money, and this is kind of when you go to a lot of seminars, when you start becoming wealthy, when you start to look into ways of making money, when you start to really like dig in there into like what you want to do with your life, and when you start becoming money conscious, a lot of what's floating around in that space when you start researching is, what would you do if you had $1 million? What would you do if you had 500 million? Basically, it's like if you had everything you needed right now and you never had to worry about money again, you never had to worry about finances. If you are already rich with all the money in the bank, what would you be doing right now? That's a very serious question. That's something I'm still working on myself. Um, I'm teaching this to you because I'm teaching it for myself, basically. Please be fully aware and enjoy this life. What would I be doing anyway? Study English, reading, writing, and speaking, study language. Education is the key to the world. Become confident in a certain discipline. It takes a certain discipline to get where we want to be, go where we want to go, be who we want to become, and do what we want to do. Study the difference between the haves and the have-nots. Study the difference between the haves and the have-nots. The strangest secret in the world is we become what we think about. Charm and seduce life. You wanna. Money is very shy and elusive and timid, so. And money it's very important, but at the same time, it's more so like a representation of our energy. And like when you go for a job, it's like before you get the money, you got to put the fuel in. So it's like you don't go to a job and then on the first day they just, say, okay, here's the money now, do the work. Most times a lot of times you want to work for the money. So it's like a timid lover, you got to seduce it, and you can't just like get the money. You got to do what you got to do, and then the money comes. It's a very rewarding system. And this is some things to become successful, to move towards success, make progress, don't stagnate, always keep moving forward, keep moving in a straight line, always keep moving. Become a problem solver, be a problem solver, solve problems. I put that 3 times because it's very important that we solve problems. You want to get into that producer mindset. I know where I live in America, it's a very consumer culture. We produce very little of what the world actually needs. Don't quote me on that, but I know for sure that America consumes more than we produce. Or maybe we are, don't quote me on that. But last time I looked, it said something like, especially with the oil industry, like, we consume more oil than we actually produce, and oil is a very hot commodity. We become what we think about. We think what we think about is what we become. And yeah, these are just some very simple, life tips, things that aren't readily taught when you come out into the world. When you come out of like grade school, high school, even college. Colleges are starting to get a little better with, critical thinking and entrepreneurship, and, colleges are getting a lot better with what's to be expected out in the world. So, but I'm just here bridging the gap. And yeah, so that was my volume 1 of Shifting Sands. Thank you. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, we look forward to the next one.